Hello everyone. Today we will be showing you an introduction to our application GelApp. So GelApp actually helps to quantify gel electrophoresis test results. So today we will start off with creating a marker standard for the calculation of band sizes. So we will first start with clicking on the Save Markers button, and we will create a protein marker standard today. So we can actually get the image of a marker standard from both the local storage, from the Photos app, or Dropbox. So when selecting a marker standard image for the calculation in GelApp, try to use an image from the internet because it's of the highest quality and it is easier to detect the bands. So it must be pre-cropped in order for this function to work. So we'll start off by adjusting both the sigma and the lambda value. So sigma actually expands the bands vertically while lambda actually stretches the band horizontally. Only when both sigma and lambda values have been defined can you actually change the value of the threshold. So by applying the threshold, you actually improve some of the band shapes. Okay, and if the image is not in the right color scheme, which is a black background or with white bands such as this, you can actually click on the inverse image button to make sure that the objects that have been extracted out are presented as a black band on a white background, such as the one shown on the screen right now. So once you're done, click on Next, and you will have to enter a pixel size to detect these bands. So click on Detect Fragments after you have entered your value to actually encapsulate the bands on the marker standard with rectangles. So this will actually emulate the detection process of the marker standard, where each band is encapsulated fully inside the rectangle. So once you're done, click on Next to start editing the band positions. So if one of the band or if any of the band are detected incorrectly, you can actually click on the Erase button and tap within the incorrect band to remove it from the marker standard image. If you want to add additional bands, you can actually click on the Add Marker Bands button and draw a rectangle to encapsulate the band. So start from the top left corner and drag downwards towards the right to draw the rectangle. Please ensure that the rectangle center reflects the band's center accurately, as the band center will be used to quantify the gel electrophoresis results. So you can zoom in and out by pinching on the screen. So once you're done, click on Done, the Done button at the top right corner, and click Confirm. Okay. At this page, you will be able to assign values onto the marker standard bands. So allow me to proceed with the assignment of the values. So click on any of the rectangles to actually show this dialog where you can enter the value to assign to the band. So each time a value has been assigned, the rectangle will turn green to indicate that a value has already been assigned to the band. So once you're done, click on the Save button and give your marker standard a name. And click Save once more on this dialog to get to the main page. So today we will be performing a protein analysis. So we are on a gel image a gel image which we can actually load from the Photos app or Dropbox. So select the marker standard that we have just created to proceed to this page. So we can choose an image from either the Photos app or the Dropbox account. So if you want to crop this image, you can also do so after the image has been loaded. And by clicking on this image, a window will appear, and you can adjust. You can ensure that only the bands of interest are captured during the analysis. So click on Next to move on to the next function. So if during the quantification, try to get the marker column on the left hand side of the image. So if the image has its marker column on the right, you can actually click on the flip button to ensure that the image is in the right orientation. So the brightness can also be adjusted to ensure that the band's intensity are increased or decreased to increase its prominence. So once more, if the image is in the wrong orientation, you can click on Rotate to ensure that the image is more suitable for a detection process. So Gaussian blur can actually help to remove background noise on the image, but this is purely optional. And this is a detection function that will help to extract the bands from this gel image. So we can click on recommended setting to apply a default sigma, lambda, and threshold values onto the image itself. So of course, this recommended setting does not work for every single image, so it's up to you to actually adjust it accordingly. So if the image is not in the right color scheme, you can also click on the inverse image to make sure that the objects are black blobs on a white background. So once you are done with this editing, click on Next to start the detection process. So once more, enter a value, a pixel size, and click on the Detect Fragments to start capturing the objects on the image in the rectangles. But this time there's a yellow colored rectangles, and this indicates the marker column. So if any of the rectangles are detected incorrectly, click on the image and you can actually make adjustments to the band's position. So you can click Erase to remove a particular band from the image, or add fragments to add additional points for calculation. So if there are any incorrect detection of marker bands, you can also add marker bands by clicking on the Add Marker button. So once you're done, click on the button at the top right hand corner and click Confirm to move on to the next page. So at this page, you can click on Load Marker to see what values have been assigned to the marker column that you have detected. So if any of the value is incorrect, you can click on the image and change the value. So once you're done, you will be redirected to this page where the calculation results will be displayed on this final image. So the band sizes will be displayed on top of each band. And should you do if any of the bands are missed out, you don't have to return to the previous pages to draw additional bands. In fact, you can actually do instant calculation by clicking on Values at Point and tap on the position where you want to calculate. So once you're done, you can actually save the image by clicking on the Done button on the top right hand corner and click Export Image. Now give your image a name. and click on Save. And your image can be found in your Photos app. So we have come to the end of our demonstration. Thank you for your time.